The fact that it's taken me this long to record this video, and that I have not wanted to record it, that I have put it off and kind of kept it on the back burner throughout all of the other videos that I've recorded, the other content that I've created, that I haven't waded into this particular topic of conversation, at least in the in-depth way that I'm going to now, shows how much of a struggle it is, how not simple it is to separate art from artist. Anybody who has known me, especially people who knew me from like elementary school on, but it has continued up until, a couple years ago. Part of my identity as a human was that I was obsessed with Harry Potter, and I think that that is a very common trait. I think I thought I was unique in a lot of ways, and I think I knew that there were other people. Obviously, I had a lot of friends. I formed a lot of friendships with other fans of the books and the movies when they came out, and the franchise when it became this big thing, and it was a really special and formative part of my adolescence and my growing up, and my desire to pursue writing and storytelling in my own career. The escapism in those books, the themes and the lessons that I learned, that I took from them, really shaped who I am as a person. And I have so many fond memories that are associated with that series, from birthday parties to Halloween costumes and book releases and midnight movie premieres. I mean, I've written papers on it and been really excited to be able to dive deeper into the analysis of that series, and I do think that there's a lot to pull out of those books and those movies, and I've invested so much time into my passion for the wizarding world, for being in what was, and I think still is, a very emboldening fandom. The past couple years have been eye-opening for a lot of reasons, and I think that's important. I think that it's hard is not a big enough word. It is debilitating to see your heroes and your idols fall from the pedestals that you have put them on. The notion of ignorance is bliss keeps coming to mind, and how, 3-4 years ago, I was just sort of plodding along in life, very content to not know about some of these more toxic viewpoints that exist out there. Before I got into Harry Potter, my very first love was Peter Pan, and I have joked a lot about how I am Peter Pan, and the notion of never growing up and always having fun and playing around and believing in magic and all of that stuff. It's partly a joke, but I think a lot of me is also like content to live in the naivete and that ignorance is bliss area of life. I think that I and a lot of people who are like me, whether they're in my generation or not, just people who kind of content themselves with living in their bubble because it's easier to do. I think that we almost need that awakening, need our eyes open to the fact that even the people that we think will never hurt us are capable of causing us pain and betraying the trust that we put in them. I haven't even said her name on this because it's still hard to talk about. But for anybody who is watching this, who maybe has not kept up with these revelations that have come to light about Jo Rowling and her toxic views on feminism, I want to spend a little bit of time just sort of explaining what happened.